So the sequence here is to open a file. The first process is to open a file. The second process is either read or write. And thirdly, close the file. Close the file. Okay. Now, opening the file is a process. And reading or writing is called a mode. So basically, when you open a file, it's either for reading mode, reading, or mode R, writing, or mode W. By the way, guys, these letters are very important. R, W, and I have one more. I have a third mode known as appending. Let me explain what these modes are. Now, R simply reads data from a file to a program. W writes data to a file. Now, A appends, you should all know by now what the word append means. Appends data to an existing file. So please, these are very important. Do not forget them. You may take a screenshot, although the class is being recorded. But if you want, please do so now. Before I move on to an example. Okay, let me show you an example. Okay, now this is my main function. Can you all see the program in front of you guys? Can you all see the program? Good. Now, this is my main function. I decided to use functions here. This is my main function. Okay, I created a variable, and this variable is called outFile. So basically, outFile is the name of my variable. This is the first point. Next, we have a reserved word or a reserved function, and this function is called open. It's a built-in function, and open is spelled as O-P-E-N. Do not make a spelling mistake in open, please. In between brackets, this is so basically open helps me open a file. Or let me just start a new arguments for the open function are open brackets, file name, comma, and then the mode. The programmer chooses the file name and mode is either R for read, W for write, or A for append. And I've shown you these on the whiteboard a little while ago. So in this line, I'm trying to open a file, and the name of the file is philosophers.txt. Extension txt stands for text. So basically, I'm creating a text file here. I'm creating a text file. And I will be writing, data into this text file. Any questions so far? Any questions? Good. Now, the next thing I'd like to do is to start writing data into my file. So I want to send information into this file. Now, out file is the name of my variable. Now, I decided to name it out file. For example, you can name your variable whatever you want. As you can see, anything you want. So into the file philosophers.txt, I'm going to write John Locke /n. So it will write John Locke and then leave an empty line because I have the /n escape sequence. Next, I'm going to write David Hume and leave a line. And thirdly, I'm going to write Edmund Burke and then leave a line. And then I'm going to close my file. Remember, the file philosophers.txt is assigned to variable Nasser. So by closing Nasser, I will be closing the file. So let's just write a little comment here. The write function allows for data input into the file. I'm going to write it for one more time so that people can get what I'm trying to say here. Okay. I'm going to run this program. Let me just save. Okay. This is my console. As you can see, I have no output. But how can I see the outcome of my work? This is what I'm going to do. Now, can you all see my window, my Windows menu? I'm trying to open my Windows menu. Can you all see it? Can you all see this? Okay, give me a second. Can you see it now? You can see my windows. Okay. Now in the search, I'm going to type, philosophers. There it is. Can you see the name of the file? Can you all see the name of the file? I'm going to click on the file. اخترع ملف اي والله. And this is my file with John Locke, David Hume, and Edmund Burke, each on a new line because of the /n escape sequence. So this is the process of opening a file and writing into it. So the first part of this program opens a file and writes data into this file. Now, I'm going to go back to Eclipse. Now, I've created a variable. The name of this variable is InFile. InFile. And InFile is going to open the file philosophers.txt. It's going to open the same file. But this time, I'm not writing into this file. I'm going to read from this file. Read from this file is to see the contents of this file. Okay, this is a second variable. The name of this variable is file contents. The name of this variable is file contents. And I have a function named read. What will this function do? Simply read data from the file. Read data from the file. And then I have my close function. We've already discussed close. So once data is read from the file is closed. Once data is written into the file is closed. And I have a print statement that says print file underscore content. I'm going to print my file content. Now let me save and run. Can you see the output in front of you? This is the output here. Can you all see the output? Okay. Now, there is one very important question that I would like to raise. The write mode has been executed again with the same file name. And I already have this file. What do you think will happen? Now, if this process happens twice, please watch what I'm going to write. If the write process happens again, simply the file will be overwritten. You have to be careful with this, guys. So make sure you know which mode are you using. If you use the write mode twice with the same file name, a file will be overwritten. And any content, if you change the content, any content will be replaced by new content. Any content will be replaced by the new content. Okay, I'm going to show you another way of reading from a file. Okay, in file is again the same variable. I'm just reassigning. I'm going to open the same file in reading mode. So I'm going to read from the same file. Just like so, line 16 and line 21 are identical in nature. Now, line 1 is equal to infile dot readline. Now, the purpose of the readline function is to read data from a file line by line. So I declare a variable named line1, and to line1, I will be assigning the first line in my file, which is John Locke. Line 2, I will be assigning the second line, which is David Hume. Line 3 will be assigned Edmund Burke. And then I'm going to print them. But before printing them, remember, if you open a file, you must close the file. If the file remains open, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So let's save and then run. Can somebody tell me what's the difference between this output, which is the output of the read function, and this output, which is the output of the three different read line functions? What is the difference here? There is space. Why, Faisal? Because simply I'm reading line by line. So this is one block. And in here, I'm reading line by line. line by line, line by line. This is why we have a skipped line in between them. Now, what will happen? I'm going to show you something. What will happen if I don't close my file? What will happen? I've disabled the close statement here. Let's see what's going to happen. What do you see in front of you? Can you see any output? Okay. The data is written, but I couldn't read from the file. Why? Because the file was not closed. So make sure you close your file after every write and read. Make sure you close your file after every write and read. Okay, let me show you a different example. I'm going to show you how we're going to write to a file. I've created 5 variables, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and I'm going to enter the name of one country for a total of 5 countries. They will be stored in these variables. Next, I'm going to open a file. The name is countries.txt in writing mode. I will be writing to the file, and I will be writing the value of each of these variables to the file. So I'm going to run this part, and then I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Just waiting for the program to run. Okay, I'm going to enter the names of 5 countries. Let's start. So I've received the confirmation message that the country names were written to file. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to look for my file. So the name of my file is countries.txt. Can you all see the file in front of you? Can you guys see the file in front of you? Here we go. This is the file created with all the countries I've inserted input. Now I'm going to go back and do something else. Now I'm going to open the same file. I'm going to open the same file, however, in reading mode. I will be reading from the file. And I will be reading the file line by line. But now I have something different. Do you all remember the rstrip function from chapter 8? Do you all remember the rstrip function from chapter 8? From strings? What does rstrip do? Can someone remind me, can someone remind me what rstrip does? It can remove spaces from the right, or it can remove escape sequences from the right. So it's basically stripping from the right, stripping or removing from the right. And for each line, I will be removing the escape, the new line escape sequence. So let me run again, and let's enter our countries again. Look at the output. Remember, if you recall from the previous program, when I've used read line, there was an empty line in between each of the philosophers' names. You've seen that in the previous example. Now, because I've used rstrip, I don't have this new line here. I don't have this new line here. Exactly. The last thing I'm going to show you before you guys go, we're going to add to this file. We're going to add to this file. I will be opening the same file, but this time in append mode. In append mode. And into this file, I'm going to add 3 more countries. I'll be adding France, Bahrain, and Greece. And then I will be closing the file. So let me save and then run. Let's try again. Let's add our original countries. Now, I want to check if those 3 countries were added. So what do I need to do? I have to go back and look for my file. I have to go back and look for my file. Can you see the file in front of you now? Can you all see the file? Can you see the file now updated with our 3 new countries? They have been added, yes. Oui, très bien. Okay, and before we go, let's add a couple more countries. Okay, let's add those. Let's just end our class with a smile as usual. This was the reaction I was waiting for. And let's take a look at our file before you guys go. So I've added more, as you can see. So in addition to France, Bahrain, and Greece, I have Asyut, Shibin el-Kum, Shubra al-Khema, Ubulad Bakrur. Very lovely places to visit in such a lovely country. Okay, any questions? Don't be down. Don't be down, خلاص. Don't be down. Nafar, nafar. Okay. Now, guys, before I let you go, we're going to have our class on Wednesday as usual. But this Saturday, because your colleagues from the previous section were late for like 40 minutes for coming to class because of the chemistry final, so I have to make up the class for them. So this Saturday, the session is from 2 to 4 is going to be a proper class. Please do attend. I want all of you to attend. It's going to be a proper class. I will send an announcement. Okay, guys, so this is the end. Can we? Yes, of course. Workshops are every Tuesday and Thursday. Workshops are every Tuesday and Thursday. I will be doing. It is both online and physical, but I will be on campus. I will deliver it. I will have it delivered from campus tomorrow. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming. Please do not forget what I said to you. I want you to work hard. I want you to study, and I want you to be the best. And next Wednesday, as I said, do not be surprised if I surprise you again. Don't be surprised if I surprise you again. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of your exams, and all the best. Take care now. I have a class now, but can you make it quick? Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Okay, doctor.
Ah.
أنا الكويز اللي فات I sent you I think an
لحظة
email.
لحظة شوي